And obviously one of the what you're renowned for, especially over here, is the congestion charge you introduced in London. What's the best way to try and persuade those who are against it? Because in Hong Kong, it's still on.
The one thing that strikes me here about the nature of your embryonic democracy is everyone's so desperate to get a consensus, and everyone actually must be consulted and agree. I mean, you just got to accept the fact some people won't agree. Whatever you do, and there's always a resistance to change. And even you know, you explain to people that polluting vehicles kill 1,000 people prematurely a year in London. The average Londoner loses 8 months of their life because of atmospheric pollution. And you can say all of this, and there's also, I carry on driving my car. So you have to find them. Even when, I was being re-elected in 2004, the polling showed that about half the people who were voting against me didn't just want to vote against me, they wanted me to die because I'd introduced this charge. But the world doesn't have the time to wait for everyone to agree.
I mean, can we safely conclude really that a nice city with an ease of congestion, with decent air quality, is in fact attractive to business, and they go hand in hand, reinvestment.
I should imagine a 25-year-old young man can come to a heavily polluted city and not worry in the same way that people can smoke 40 cigarettes a day and hope they'll get away with it. But when people get a bit older and start coughing, and having young children, they'll look for a city where the environment's better. So part of becoming, a really attractive financial centre, it's not killing the people prematurely when they come to work there.
In Hong Kong, especially for Central, one of our suggestions has been to ease the congestion is to build another road into that area.
Complete waste of time. I mean, we transport planners have known since 1938 that however many roads you build, they will fill up, usually within 18 months to 2 years. My broad view is, when you look at a city like Hong Kong, it's most likely got 100% of all the roads it needs. It's just about using them more sensibly.
But presumably, in your talks while you're on your visit to Hong Kong, have you met government officials like that who've told you about this plan and you've expressed this view to them? Or
I've expressed my view to them. I really can't tell you the views they expressed to me. You have to ask them.
But you are aware of this P2 road?
Oh yeah.
You mentioned you were at the opening ceremony for the Olympics. Did you learn anything from that?
No, I don't. We can't afford to do it. Not only do we not have enough money to put on a ceremony like that, there aren't that many dancers in Britain to match it, and therefore it will be a cheap and cheerful opening ceremony. I suspect the opening ceremony in Beijing was the biggest spectacle in human history. Certainly more so than the old Roman games.
But of course, if you succeed in 2012, in fact, you'll just be in time to help open the London one. Actually, are you involved at all still in preparing?
No. It's the classic British thing. Once you lose, you're out. I've given an absolute promise to people that if I am mayor in 2012, as I pass the flag to the mayor of whoever wins for 2016, I will button up my jacket, I'll keep my hands out of my pockets, and I'll walk straight and upright. I will remember to shake the hand of the mayor of the successor city, and I will remember to bow to the Queen in the royal box and acknowledge the head of state.